think I'm ready now. Oh no. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vinny McCall. Thank you so much for being with me today. Today, really quickly, I want to compare Vanilla Vice, Mod Vanilla, and Whiff of Waffle Cone. And I have some thoughts. Okay? Before we get into that, I have to thank my amazing and beautiful, incredible subscribers. You guys are 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. POP, Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil Squad. POP, Hold It Down, Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil Squad. I love y'all. We thugging it out. We rocking it out. By the time this goes up, I'm sure there is going to be a lot of content that has come out by now. But, you know, I try in my content creator journey, right? I have set certain goals as it pertains to content. And it's not even certain goals. I just try to do what I say I'm going to do. Do what I tell myself I'm going to do as it pertains to content. So if I say I want to get it out by a certain deadline, I try to do that. If I say I want to post it, even if it's not getting the most amount of views, if I say I want to do it, I try to follow through on what I said I'm going to do when it comes to my content. So if it's a little, you know, everywhere, I apologize, but I'm just trying to be consistent with myself. So y'all I pray that y'all bear with me. Okay. So now we've got that out the way. Thirsty. Hold on. Okay. And now the heat done came on. Anyway, let's talk about it. If you have not seen, I did do a review of Vanilla Vice. It's on my channel. I gave my preliminary thoughts. And I saw a lot of people when I was reading reviews, because I do like to read what the people are saying. So I was reading reviews and they were saying Mod Vanilla is the same thing as Vanilla Vice. So I said, if y'all want me to review and kind of compare, then I'll pick up Mod Vanilla and see what I think. People are saying, yeah, you know, give us your thoughts. And then also they were saying Whiff of Waffle Cone as well. So I did pick up Mod Vanilla. Mod Vanilla has been sitting for a week or two. And the first time I wore, did I say Mod Vanilla? Vanilla Vice has been sitting for at least a week or two at this point. And I literally, the one time that I wore this, I just opened it up from the pack and, you know, wore it. Okay. Here's what happened. Initial spray, first spray, I said, oh my God. I understand exactly why they say that they're the same thing. Right? As soon as I sprayed it, I said I can instantly, without even question or sniffing hard, I can see the similarities immediately. So let's spray Vanilla Vice. Y'all see my purple ones? They were sold out. That's what I get for waiting to repurchase. Okay. That's Vanilla Vice. And we're going to do... What's up with this sprayer? Okay. Okay. I do understand and get and somewhat agree with the comparison. They are very, very close. Upon initial spray, okay? Smelling them side by side, the initial burst. This one, I literally feel like, and I don't know if this even makes sense, I feel like there's more oil in this. It feels more oily. It feels a little heavier. And it feels more like an adult's perfume. Okay? This one, that DNA, it is very similar, but this smells like, feels like from initial burst, a lighter, this is Vanilla Vice, this is Mod Vanilla. This smells like similar to same DNA, just a lighter version, okay? A more, I don't want to say childish, but just a younger, lighter, more youthful version of Vanilla Vice, okay? First burst, okay? Not exactly the same, but very, very close. Now, I had worn Vanilla Vice maybe twice before I wore Mod Vanilla. Here are my thoughts on Vanilla Vice. The performance is decent, right? So I said, I think the 1.7 ounce of this is $65. So I get at least for sure, at least 4 hours on the skin. And you can smell it on your shirt the next day. Is it beast mode? No. Is it going to fill the room? No. Is it in the close scent bubble? Yes. I specifically wore it to test. I put the shirt on, sprayed my shirt, sprayed my skin. I was still smelling myself for the first couple of hours, right? I went to the grocery store. That was the day the Super Bowl came on. I was at the grocery store. I was getting whiffs of myself, right? I could still smell myself for the couple hours that I was out, 3 or 4 hours. And then I took that shirt off and I intentionally left it out because I said I want to smell it tomorrow to see if I can still smell it. When I picked up the shirt, I could clearly still smell it. Again, not beast mode. Not going to fill up a room. Not going to take anybody out. Would be a beautiful summer vanilla. But not too much. It's not going to knock the room out. It's not beast mode. But it does last long enough that I can justify getting a bigger size. The other thing, when it dried, as it started to dry down as the time went on, I did get a slight smokiness to it, okay? Now, having that said, we talked about in the other video the comparison to something by the fireplace. Replicas by the fireplace, is that the name of it? It is not smoky like by the fireplace. I told y'all that I smell Alt's version of By the Fireplace, and I felt like it had literally burned my nose hairs. Like, the whole way home, I smelled like a fireplace, a campground. It was overwhelming, okay? So, if I'm to take that as how the original version smells, which everybody pretty much confirmed, yes, that's how the original be smelling. It is not smoky like that. There is a smokiness that comes through as it dries down after a couple hours in. It's a light smokiness. It's like, that kind of smells a little smoky. It's not like a Yuletide fire, okay? It's not like logs. It is not burning your nose hair smoky. It is a light smokiness, okay? Having that said, all of those factors, I like Vanilla Vice, and I want a full bottle of it, okay? Because there's some character, there's some depth. It goes through some changes, but it's not overbearing. I feel like I could wear this in the summertime, and it won't be too much too overbearing. The more it sits, the more I am falling truly in love with it. It's sweet. It's a little bready. I guess that's where the comparison to waffle cone comes from, because I can kind of see a waffle cone thing. I still can't give you vanilla ice cream. I still can't. It is a sweet vanilla that dries down. That's a little smoky. It's not the prominent note. It gets a little smoky, not overbearing. A little smoky. And you can get a little kind of a bready waffle cone vibe to it. Okay? Very nice. I like it. Now, again, I only wore my vanilla once. I hadn't let it sit. I just sprayed it on. Here was my experience with my vanilla. Performance from the one time that I wore it was not good. I was not getting whiffs of myself, and even as I was putting my shirt up to like smell it, it was basically like non-existent, right? I don't even know if I got 4 hours out of this. Well, let me think. If I did, it got down very, very, very faint. It was very light. Now, it could be because it's also in the winter. Maybe the performance on this is better in warmer weather than cold. So I will give it grace for that, because it is cold here and this might not be for cold weather. Okay. The other thing as this dried down, this to me turned into a lighter version of Cloud. Not a more pretty, but a more softer, feminine version of Cloud to me. That's what the dry down was to me. And it was very soft, and I don't want to say juvenile because it's not juvenile. It's just more playful. A more playful version of Cloud is to me what it dried down to. The one time I wore it, I did not get good performance out of it. If I did get 4 hours, it was a soft 4 hours by the end, and it was very faint. Okay, so the opening of Mod Vanilla is very similar to Vanilla Vice. But even with the opening, there's still something that's more mature and a little more, I'll say, more sophisticated in Vanilla Vice than in this. But the openings of this are very, very similar. However, in my opinion, the two are not the same thing overall. The entire journey through the life of the fragrance to me is completely different. The performance to me is completely different. Again, give grace. I only wore it once. It hasn't got a chance to sit. And I'm in cold weather. Okay, so give all the caveats. But for right now, my first impression from wearing it, this did not last as long as Vanilla Vice lasted. Again, Vanilla Vice is not going to be 8 hours to me. It's not going to be beast mode, but you're going to have a close scent bubble. It lasts a long time. It lasts 4 hours that I could smell, and on the clothes, I could definitely, when I picked up that shirt, I could definitely smell that I had on something that smelled good the next day. Was there something else I was going to say? But yeah, the journey of the fragrance to me is completely different. The life of the fragrance is completely different, and they're not the same thing. To me personally, I feel like you need to pop, if you can, get travel size. Well, you can smell my vanilla in store if you have an, oh, is this an Ulta Sephora? I believe it's in Sephora. If you have a Sephora near you, or is it Ulta? Maybe it's Ulta. If you have one of the stores near you, they do have my vanilla in store. I think it's at Ulta. Matter of fact, I think it's at Ulta, where you are able to smell it. My advice would be to try to get your hands to at least smell or sample both of these and figure out which one you might like. I think it's possible for someone to, I think if you like, I think it's possible to like one and not like the other. It's definitely possible to prefer one over the other. I do think it's possible that you might like one and not the other as well. In the sense of the basic DNA at the top is still the same, right? So if you don't like that DNA, you're just not going to like it. However, the dry down on this is a little bit more mature. It goes through a couple more motions. It gets a little smoky. Again, not overbearing, just a tinge. It gets a little smoky. It's sweet. You get the kind of the waffle cone vibe to it. Like, it goes through a couple of more steps, and this feels more mature and more for someone like, as I'm approaching 30, this feels more up my alley, and I prefer that over this one. You might find Vanilla Vice too heavy. You might find it too mature. You might find the smokiness, even though it's not a lot, it may seem too overbearing for you. It may seem masculine to you. Like, you may say, I want that DNA, but I want something lighter. So you might prefer mild vanilla. You might say, it may give you good performance. It may be a weather thing, blah, 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 whatever. It may last a long time, or it may not. You may say, I don't mind reapplying. You may say, I was looking for a cloud, but I didn't want it as heavy, or cloud might be too masculine. So you say, if the dry down is like a sweeter version of cloud, then mild vanilla might be right up your alley. There is a world where you can justify having both, right? Because to me, they serve different purposes and they do different things. So while I get the comparison with the smells, I cannot say that if you have one, you have the other. I cannot say that, oh, if you never smelled Vanilla Vice and you have my vanilla, you have the same thing. I can't give you that. I can't give you that. In the opening, yes, they are very, very similar in the opening. However, as the perfume as a whole, I cannot give you that they are the same thing, and if you have one, you have the other. I can say, if you have my vanilla, you like the opening, you want to know if you should try Vanilla Vice, if you smell my vanilla, okay, I'll say use that as a gauge, a kind of reference to see if you might like Vanilla Vice and vice versa. I think that's all I have to say on that. My preference, I think I've said it, but I'll say it again. I want Vanilla Vice. I have no intentions at this moment on purchasing a bigger bottle of my vanilla. It's just not my speed right now. I'm still obviously going to finish the travel size, and maybe in the summertime I may feel differently. But as of right now, Vanilla Vice is the girl for that. Now, Whiff of Waffle Cone, I don't know why she's in this conversation. To me personally, I don't know why. Where are my testers? I don't know why it's being included in the Vanilla Vice mild vanilla conversation. I don't know. Yes, they have vanillas in them, but I don't know why it's included. And this was on my January tray, I think. Y'all, I can't do it. No. No, I'm very tempted to sell this. This is how much I've used of it. And do y'all know, this is going for top dollar. First of all, the full bottle of this right now on Imaginary Authors is $40 more than what I paid for it. And I got it in 2022. This size is $100 something right now. I did not pay that in 2022. I can guarantee you that. However, it is not the same thing. Yes, I guess there's vanilla in here. Yes, there's waffle cone, but there's also Tire Man and Bell Tire and Oud and Wood and libraries and book reports underneath. No. No. I don't like this at all. To me, this should not be in the same category, the same conversation as my vanilla or Vanilla Vice. The notes say, let me go back to Imaginary Authors. If you have not seen my video when I hauled this perfume and I smelled some other stuff, it is a fun video. I'll tag it up or link it up there. You can see it if you have not seen it. Okay, they say the notes are vanilla, salted caramel, Saigon cinnamon, heavy cream, sandalwood, orgeat, I don't know, and scoop shop, whatever that means. For Grande says syrup, ice cream, whipped cream, caramel, vanilla, amorous, and cinnamon. So I guess there's an old and a new formula. Maybe the version I have, like I said, I have the version from 2022. So maybe, because someone, the comment that I was reading on Fragrantica was saying they've smelled the old version and the new version, and they don't smell the same. So maybe I have the old version. Okay? And maybe that's why I don't feel like this should be included in the vanilla conversation. Okay? Somebody said, smells like a sweet fire pit. Yeah, so apparently the new version is completely different. The new one has more identity, a cinnamon caramel gourmand, but the caramel note is overwhelmingly artificial. They said, I mean, it do last a long time. So that's my answer when it comes to that. I am very tempted to sell this bottle on Mercari or somewhere because I don't like it. I layered it the other day with Ultramaze Vanille, and I did get a compliment. So I guess it's layerable. I don't like it though. Oh yeah, the notes are on the back of this too. See, I have the old bottle because the old bottle doesn't have that. Whatever's on the front of it, it just has the ingredients or the notes and, you know, whatever on the back. So maybe the newer version, which I have no intentions on getting. They even have samples on here. I don't want it. I can say right now, Imaginary Authors is not a brand that I will enjoy. The way they interpret fragrance, it's just not for me. It's not for me. They got a sample on here for $6, which is not bad, but I can guarantee you there's nothing else on here I'm going to want. There is nothing else on here I'm going to want. And if you've seen my original haul, you will know why. I can just tell you what they're into as far as perfumes and things, it's just not my vibe. It's not for me. It's not to yuck anyone's yum. Everyone has the right to enjoy and do whatever, but I'm just telling you, Imaginary Authors is not for me. So those are my thoughts. I guess I don't know how accurate my assessment of Whiff of Waffle comes is because I guess there's a newer version that's reformulated that may be close to my vanilla. I don't know, but as far as the version that I own, So y'all head over to the after party and let me know what you think. Do you have any of these? Are any of these on your wish list? Are they on your radar? Yeah, just head over to the after party and let me know what you think. And I'm probably gonna buy Vanilla Vice soon because I don't know if this is limited edition or not, and I would hate for it to be limited edition and I don't get it and then I miss out, because the more that I wear it, I like it, and it has gotten better as it has set since 2-3 weeks ago when I first opened it. It's gotten so much better, so much stronger. I enjoy it. So, but y'all let me know what you think. I love you all so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.